Hello, my name is Garrett Angulo, and my topic question is, to what extent does the rich have a responsibility in their community? Now, before I begin to discuss about the knowledge issue at hand, I would like to go a bit into history and talk about the importance of the French Revolution in relation to my topic. The French Revolution was a conflict between the Third Estate, being the middle and lower class, against the First and Second Estate, being the church and nobility. The upstarts of the French Revolution were the financial crisis, which was the awful economic situation they were in, and the National Assembly, which was a meeting in where the Third Estate asked the other two estates to pay taxes. They unfairly declined the offer. This was looking bad for the Third Estate, because the prices of food were going through the roof, and no one was able to afford anything. The Third Estate was tired of paying high taxes and having the disability to afford survival. But what they despised the most was to sit and watch the other two estates pay no taxes. So they decided to fight back. The sign of ignition of the revolution was the storming of the Bastille, in which they raided the Bastille fortress. The Bastille fortress was the state prison of the kings. The citizens took all the weapons in order to attack the fortress. The nobles feared that they were going to get killed, so they decided to flee from the country. Some were captured and killed, but because the estates did not want to pay taxes, it resulted in their demise. This relates to my topic because the revolution informs people to have a negative perspective on how the rich should be perceived. People are blinded emotionally to hate rich people because they are seen as superiors with the ability of getting away with anything by using their money. This can be proven through a recent article about a rich mother who hired a handicapped person in order to enter rides without waiting in line. I would like to point out that at the start of this article, it compels the reader to hate the rich. Now you can have different feelings on this article. First you can think, how could the rich abuse such people and get away with such a devious scheme, instilling hate towards the rich? The second thought could be, that's very kind of her, actually paying a good sum of money to a handicapped person that would probably get paid less in other jobs. What you might not know is that the rich and the handicapped person is indirectly going against Disney's VIP tour plan, tackling the community negatively, because all that money goes to the handicapped person. Now that person is getting paid without being charged a fair amount of taxes, cheating the system. This proves that the rich can be liked or disliked easily through their ethics and the emotions of others. Now I would like to take the time and ask for your opinion on the article. Now some of the rich people find that donating to charitable organizations is better than paying taxes. There are two sides to donating to charity, both being beneficial for them. By paying an acceptable charitable organization by the government, they receive what is called a tax deductible. A tax deductible is a reduction in tax with the condition that they must pay for another benefit. Of course, it seems reasonable that the rich pay for charity because they are doing most people a favor in helping their community. The citizens then see this as the rich paying and reasonably helping their community. This benefits them the most. 1, their taxes decrease, and 2, they are viewed as generous people by the community. But the negative impact of donating to charitable organizations is a change in the amount of money the government would have normally received. Because of this, the government increases their debt and increases their taxes on the community. But yet, it is still beneficial to the community because the rich are helping by donating money to charity, but making it worse for the government because their debt increases. But those who don't donate pay their taxes in full, which is a greater amount than one would think. Now, what do you guys think? Are they doing it out of generosity or self-interest? Religious-wise, in the Old Testament, it is written, "A portion of your harvest should be given back to God." which means that you should give some of what is yours to God. For the rich, this would mean donating to churches or charity that involves religion. In the New Testament, people should give their first fruits, then your leftovers, meaning the money the rich receive should be donations from their kindness, not spare money. One can think emotionally that they are obliged to donate or give some of their money to God. Someone else can think with reason and say, if I donate it, it would be the same as before with the tax deductibles. It does not matter to them. They don't need to help because they aren't giving the money to anyone officially. People that are religious think that the rich should be donating the money to the churches and charities because if it was not for God, they would not exist, or they would not be in the position they are in now. Now, there are rich people who believe that they do not need to help in any way or form. They are of the opinion that by paying taxes is more than enough. It's the government that should be spending the money wisely. There is no reason to why they should aid if they are already accomplishing with their duties as citizens of the community. Others might feel that they should not have to give away their hard-earned money. People should try to work just as hard in order to achieve the same position they are in because they have the same opportunity. There are no obligations telling them that they should have to help their community. Of course, they do not need to pay for taxes. But what about doing what is right for the community? They might be donating to charity, but is that enough? Well, it should come from their will to do so. Ethically, they should help their community because it would benefit them to feel content. The community would be able to fix their economic situation as well as the government's debt. The money should come from their heart. I am of the opinion that they should help their community to a great extent in order to reach a commission they can all agree upon, especially the government, because they control most of the money. If they are not in agreement with helping their community, then they are in their rights. Only if they choose to help should they help. And that concludes my presentation. Thank you very much for listening.